They are side by side. Oh, there's massive action at the back of the pack. Oh!
There's the move.
There's more contact down the straight.
Oh!
They're pushing each other in 4 wide.
Oh, there's contact. That is unbelievable. Welcome back to the V8 Supercar official online series, presented by Big Pond Sport, Extreme Sim Gear and Direct Clutch Services. Joining us for round 2, I nearly said round 3, round 2 of the iRacing.com official online series. Jay Kennedy in the host chair. I've also got DJ Daniel Bryant alongside me. G'day Daniel.
G'day Jay. I'm quite excited about this race. I love Watkins Glen. I think it's a fantastic track.
Yeah, I think overnight we saw, well this morning we saw what this can actually bring, this amazing track. So we know it can bring some pretty good racing, especially towards the end of a race when tyres are damaged and everyone's struggling for grip and fuel and things like that. We know it can bring some great racing, so I'm sure we will see another great race tonight. Now, who's your money on tonight, Daniel?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I had to put money on someone, I'd have to put it on one of the A and Z boys. Actually, I'm going to put my money on Justin. I'm hoping Justin gets his first win tonight for an official online series, because let's be real about this. This is Madison's more than likely probably going to tap a wall or do something. It just doesn't agree with him, this track. It's got something against Madison. It's not so much Madison hating it, it's it hating Madison.
Well, someone's got to, so we can't go around and like him. So 108 drivers have registered for the race tonight, so we'll have 22 drivers on track in this main event, which we'll bring to you very, very shortly. We're just waiting for iRacing to split the drivers up evenly. Now, I think my money, after watching the early race and the pace that Van Gisbergen had last night, he is definitely favourite to win this race in my opinion, Shane Van Gisbergen. So interesting to see, as Madison said earlier, it's all about position. So if he can get out in front, it's going to be hard for those other guys behind to get past. Of course, the front row is down and Hampstead, so we'll see what happens. So 110 drivers are actually registered for this race. Been a fantastic week in the V8 online series this week. We've had the most official races that I've seen since I've become a part of the V8 Supercar family. So lots and lots of guys out there putting laps together and having a go at the car, so it's great to see. Hopefully it continues on for the rest of the season.
It has been a kickstart for this season. There's been a lot more interest in the car, a lot of people out there doing laps, a lot of international guys, and on top of that, it's been a lot of clean racing across all splits, not too much chaos. So everyone's keeping it controlled, and out of all the cars that you think you'd get a bit of chaos out of it, you'd think it would be the V8 Supercar, but the guys are out there keeping it clean. I think we have more action in the top splits with the guys going to toe than we do in some of the lower splits.
Yeah, a lot of the lower action, there's a lot of crashes in the top split in comparison to the lower split. The lower split, when they have them, they seem to be a little bit more silly, but these guys, they rub panels and everything quite regularly. Here's a quick look at the track. 30 laps for this race, just under 4 kilometres in length. Not actually far away from our old-time on track record of 1:10.8. The winner last season, Scott McLaughlin, picked up. It was a pretty fantastic race, if I recall correctly. So starting grid on screen, Madison down from Richard Hampstead, Van Gisbergen, McLaughlin. Scott Fountains managed to find his way high enough to get into this race, so that should be great to see. He'll be starting in 5th. Ruggy are in 6th, so P3 through to P6 are all shared by the same team. McLeod in 7th, then Muggleton, Wood, Watmore over the page, Vale Riches, Emerson, Kelly, Guarini, Craig Hunter, Chris Osborne, Lewis Dottermead, great to see him back out on track in the main race. Brad Ryan a long way back in 18th. Chad Chastain, Mitch Abril, Curtis Chipaway and Martin Hunter are the 22 drivers who will take on this race. It's only 30 seconds away from the race start now. It should be a fantastic race.
It's going to be very interesting. This race start, from what we've heard from Madison, it's going to be fairly interesting to see what happens to get themselves at the top, because obviously Madison's going to want to get out in that first place and hopefully just take away.
Yeah, it's going to come right down to this start. If the guys can get a great start, whoever gets off the line quickest is going to have a big advantage on this race. So it's almost time to go.
Got starting to good up now.
Looks like a few drivers still yet to join the race. A few missing drivers. Here they all come. Waiting to the last second to join up. So here we go. Red lights are on. We're underway. Gisbergen looked like he may have got a little bit of a jump off the line. He rolled really early.
To the Hampstead, coming on the outside there. Oh, he's pushed too wide.
There's a bit of a gap opened up as well between the front four. McLeod, a great jump. He's moved up to P5. Oh, Ruggy nearly into the fence.
Nowhere.
Looks fairly clean through turn 1. Sorry, through the bus stop for the first time. Muggleton, he's dropped a long way back. Not sure what happened there. He's back in P12 now, so no, he won't be happy with that.
He's had a bit of an incident right at turn 1, having a look back with Justin Ruggier.
As we talked about before, these guys at the front will be all in fuel conservation mode from turn 1. So there will be no over pushing, and the best two guys at fuel conservation are out in front. We were lucky to talk to Madison down before the race. He said they need to save around about 8 litres of fuel in this race. It's quite a big number.
What if that is a massive number to be saving, yeah. And especially with Shane sitting right on his tail, you know, trying to push it, like trying to conserve your fuel so you don't have to make that fuel stop. Shane will be sitting a little bit easier at the moment, probably in second, being able to use the draft to kind of pull up his speed and whatnot. So it does make it a little bit more difficult.
Just Ruggier thinking about making a move up the inside of Mitchell McLeod and get it done into the final turn. Moving up to 5th, McLeod drops back to 6th now. Front four have pulled away quite quickly.
Stuart Wood's done quite well to keep out of all that trouble and sitting in 7th at the moment.
Good job looking. Craig Hunter and Phil Stoddard side by side down the straight. They all pull into line though. Downs managed to pull a little bit of a gap on Van Gisbergen, but not a massive one. And Hampstead ready to pounce.
You said no, how intense these battles get, and as soon as one of these guys make one little mistake, he'll take full advantage of it.
Fountains drop back to 10th position. These front four have pulled away. About a 2.5 second gap between 4th and 5th position. So it's down from Van Gisbergen, then it's Hampstead, McLaughlin, and a 3 second gap back to Ruggier. McLeod, Wood, Watmore, Riches, Fountain and Kelly in this pack. Behind Kelly you've got Muggleton, Guarini, Chipaway, Osborne, Emerson, Ryan, Abril Hunter, Donomead, Turner and Chastain. Nice and close racing here every time we come to Watkins Glen. Back from Ruggier to McLaughlin ahead. That's 3.2 seconds. McLaughlin's starting to drop off this pack a little bit as well. And Muggleton had a spin. See if we can go back and have a look.
He's running in the lead. Madison's right behind him. Rich is going to have a look here. Have a look at this one. Oh!
Downs dropped from 1st back to 3rd. Between turn 1 and the bus stop. Hampstead now in 2nd.
A massive gap. Shane's to open up. Richard's blocking Mattis, not letting him through that easily. And on all of this, looks like Scotty's caught back onto the tail of him again.
And McLaughlin's been the big winner out of this battle now.
Don't know how he was falling away there, and now he's right on the tail.
Having a bit of a look. Muggleton looks like he's into the lane. This is Chris Osborne, so they're taking an alternate strategy. No point conserving fuel back in 20th position. Pit for the few seconds of fuel and go out there and go as hard as you can.
It is a smart move. You don't need that many laps under your belt to make it to a full race, so probably in, get some fuel and just worry about laps, clean air, not having to worry about battling with anyone. Richard's going to have a look here. Yeah.
Quite close enough.
Madison just hanging on there as well.
He's trying to find a way through with 5 laps into this, or 6 laps into this race.
Nice and close coming up through the S's. He's got a good run out of there.
Down could take advantage there if, I was going to say, if Hampstead went that other line.
Oh! Look at that. That's a
great drive
battle
by those
pack
guys there. Was ready to get the action replay.
He's hitting right Madison. Not giving him any room.
Scott thinks about having a look at Madison up the inside. It's a great battle.
Bit of A and damage going on here. He's going to have a look. He's got the speed.
McLaughlin. Won't do it for Hampstead. Oh, Van Gisbergen goes around. And there goes down as well. Oh, they're still going. They're still going. The guys are coming up behind them.
Wow. Look at that.
I don't know what's happened here. I don't know. Can you talk us through that, Daniel? Because I'm lost.
I am completely and utterly lost with that one. It started off with an incident that was bound to happen, and they've all lost out from it except for Scott, and it's put Stuart Wood in second.
And McLaughlin now leads the race. Stuart Wood is in second position now. Ruggie is in third. Then it's Down. Down's got massive damage to his car. McLeod will go through. Then you've got Watmore, Hampstead, Riches. Van Gisbergen's back to 17th position. And that Tats.com
Madison's
TTR
pulled in
Falcon.
for a pit.
Yep, looks exactly like it does every season here at Watkins Glen. There's McLaughlin.
I'm telling you, this track's got something against Madison. It does not like him. Maybe it's got some obsession with redheads. No redheads win at Watkins Glen or something. I don't know.
Let's see if Van Gisbergen's out as
I'm
well.
surprised the other boys. Look at the gap now Scotty McLean's got after that incident.
It's a 6-second lead. Stuart Wood hasn't raced the car for forever. Comes back last week and has a putt around. This week comes in to do a race and he's in second.
Scott, I'm surprised Richard hasn't pitted in, but I suppose he only was really involved in the spin. He didn't really get too much damage done, whereas Shane and Madison kind of kept hitting each other.
Talking about the fuel conservation, it's been quite noted that right foot brakers do a little bit better on fuel, and Stuart is one of those, so hopefully for his sake fuel won't be too much of an issue here.
Stuart's always been good at taking care of his car, not pushing it to its absolute extreme. So you think if he can sit where he's sitting now, just keep those lap times rolling and, you know, keep it comfortable, then he should be alright.
Justin Ruggie behind him. McLeod in fourth, and there's a bit of a gap. Cal Watmore and then Vale Riches. 5th and 6th. Sean Kelly in 7th position. A little bit of damage from that incident. And then there's a big pack. Hampstead, Guarini, Fountain. You can see Emerson involved there as well. Chipaway, Ryan, Habrel and Hunter all involved. Well, who said they don't like fuel conservation races?
Yeah, whoever said that is a fool. Oh, we don't even know if they're trying to conserve fuel here.
That's right.
Maybe these boys are all going to go for pits. They're just gone. Race over now. Let's go hard, boys, and we'll pit. Leaders have done it. They've got enough time.
Madison Downs managed to get it back out on track, but Van Gisbergen hasn't, unfortunately. Sadly, we could see that coming, but we didn't expect it to happen.
No, definitely not the way that it did happen. It was close racing, and we expected maybe there'd be a little bit of biff and barge, but definitely not to go like that.
So the gap between Lachlan and Wood, first and second, holding in about 7 seconds. See if we can go back and get a replay of that incident, because I think it's well and truly worth it. Okay, I think we're almost at the point. Okay, here we go. There we go. Down, looking up the inside. Hampstead into Van Gisbergen, and they both went the same way to avoid him. And then Down and Van Gisbergen get into each other again. And here come the rest of the field. Snaking their way through, trying to find a gap. So now we go back live. It's McLaughlin. Stuart Wood in second. He's managed to pull a little bit of a gap. Back to Justin Ruggier, who now has Mitchell McLeod right behind. And the guys behind him, Watmore and Riches, also closing up as well.
Stuart Wood's actually one of the fastest out on the track at the moment.
Just looking at the fastest lap times, a few guys now have put the foot down and starting to do fastest laps. So there are a few guys who have decided to not worry about that fuel saving strategy, and McLaughlin looks like he could be one of them. He did a 1:12.8. which is a lot faster than a lot of the guys in the field have been doing. Hampstead's another one who's doing quite quick laps.
It's probably a smart move on Scotty's But just to start hammering down fast laps, give him a bit more control of the race. He's got a demanding lead as it is. Get out there, do some fast laps where the other guys are trying to conserve their fuel. Come in, get some fuel, do a little mad dash at the end, and get the car home safely.
Watmore's had a bit of an incident there. Got out on the grass a little bit back there, so he's dropped back to 8th position. So Val Riches moves up to 5th. Currently in 7th position. Gap's holding up the front, still 7 seconds. 3rd and 4th have closed up again, so only 4/10 between Ruggier and McLeod. Hampstead's closed up on Kelly now as well. Not much between those guys. Back a little bit. Battle between Ryan, Hunter, Abril and Scott Fountain. Stuart Wood on screen in 2nd position. He's managed to pull a bit of a gap back to Ruggier. So get a little bit of a pressure, a little bit more pressure applied by McLeod. Between McLaughlin and Woods, out to 8 seconds now.
He's really managed to open up this gap.
Hampstead's managed to get past Kelly, so he's now back up into 6th position. Here comes Val Riches looking up the inside of McLeod. That's a little bit ambitious.
Same as well, Stuart Wood has got himself a nice little gap back to Justin.
There's a very, very big gap. It's out to 2 seconds now, so great job by Stuart Wood to put enough pressure on Justin to make him look in his mirrors rather than looking ahead, so Justin feeling a bit of pressure now. Rich is starting to put some pressure on McLeod. So 12 laps to go. The race has settled down a little bit, but I think it needed it to.
Yeah, these guys are feeling fairly well behaved now. All the accidents done. Hopefully these guys can keep it all together. Still some good battles though through the field. Brad Ryan with Krager, John Emerson and Curtis Chipaway.
There's a few battles starting to emerge throughout the field now. Emerson's one of those drivers who was almost thinking of doing a pit stop this week because he just didn't think he had the pace, but here comes McLeod on Ruggier. Has a look up the inside into turn one, pulls back into line. Now Riches has got a great run on McLeod.
Val's got the speed here. Oh, looks like he clipped grass there.
Justin ran a little bit wide on exit there too, in the second part of the bus stop there. You can see McLeod closed up that gap really quickly. Hampstead's closed up on these guys very, very quickly as well.
Oh, Mitch has got some little bit of a bump.
It's a tiny little touch. He almost clipped the grass on the outside too, and we know how much that unsettles the car. Stuart Wood's loving this. He's off.
Yeah, and it looks like Richard is actually starting to gain up onto the back of this one as well.
He's closed up now.
It's going to become what happens when four cars get close together.
The gap between second and third now, 3.5 seconds. At that last lap, Stuart Wood gained a second and a half on these guys.
Wow.
Here comes McLeod.
He's got it done. Yeah, he's going to close it up.
Close
That's
that
it.
gap. There's the position done. I don't think Justin's got enough to come back. Still 10 laps to go.
Might have done his dash because Valerie is looking fairly pacey behind him at the moment as well.
Here comes Vale having a look up the inside.
Yeah, he's got it done. Nice and easy.
Justin's obviously struggling. Seeing that fuel number, he didn't think he's got enough fuel to get home, I think.
Wonder how the other boys are going with calculations, making sure that Vale and Mitchell's got enough fuel to last them until the end of the race.
Vale, Riches now trying to get past McLeod.
So we've got another train about up the back here with Brad, Ryan and John.
You've got Chipaway, Emerson, Ryan and Hunter. 4-car battle. Yeah, this is for 10th position, so we'll keep your eye on that over the next few laps. Wood's managed to pull another 2/10 on this field, on this battle pack here in that last lap around, so he's still got very, very good pace. McLeod now under a bit of pressure from Riches. We've got a 3 wide coming into the bus stop with the battle with Chipaway, Emerson, Ryan and Hunter. Oh, when I saw a vision of that, I was ready to pack the cars up and get the crane ready to tow them away.
Carl Watmore and Sean Kelly here are in a nice little battle as well.
7 laps to go. So, really heading up again. He hasn't dropped off this pack as much as I thought he would. Maybe fuel isn't as big an issue. Bridges having a look up the inside of McLeod. And Watmore's got ahead of Kelly. Now back up into 7th position. Kelly drops back to 8th. Here's Chipaway, Emerson, Ryan and Hunter into turn 1. This is 10th, 11th, 12th and 13th. Gap from 1st to 2nd out to 12 seconds now. 4 seconds between Wood and McLeod.
Are they going?
Oh, 2 by 2 down the back straight here, these guys.
It's like Emerson's picked himself up a spot. He's going to shut that door. Yep.
Great move around the outside.
Chipaway's going to have a look.
Chipaway. And Ryan could get the position here into the carousel.
If you just get the nose in there. Curtis has been pushed out. It's not where you want to be. Brad Ryan sneaks himself a position as well.
Unfortunate there for Curtis. He's lost 2 positions in 2 corners effectively.
And he's lost 3rd one as well. He loses it here. Craig Hunter's going to have the inside.
Yes, that's 3 positions.
Just from that run out of the stop into the carousel, and it's all gone backwards. You get on the outside there of that carousel and you just don't hold as much speed.
Okay, back to the battle for 3rd. Last lap around, McLeod got a 2nd back on Wood. So 2nd and 3rd still isn't over.
He's going to have to really put his foot down if he thinks he's going to catch up to Stewart though. The biggest problem if Mitch catches up to Stewart, there's a whole bunch behind Mitch as well that will quite happily take that position as well.
This is the part of the race now where a lot of guys really have to think really hard about their fuel strategy and make sure they've got enough to come home. Got enough fuel, then off you go. There's another second on, or half a second, sorry. There's a gap now between 2nd and 3rd. 2.5 seconds. 4 laps to go. McLaughlin is a mile out in front now, 13 seconds. He's doing it quite easy now.
See what kind of lap time shoot this time around. Back into the 1:13.6. He knows they're coming.
McLeod did a 13.7. So the same lap time that time around.
He'll be hoping that he's hit numbers, that everything's matching up for these last few laps, because he's going to have to push it. Otherwise this train's going to be right on him.
There's Lewis Dynamite on screen. Closely followed by Chris Osborne. These guys have been going at it all race. They unfortunately haven't been able to bring in much of their action. Back to 3rd and 4th. There's nothing between these guys. Hampstead's dropped off a little. Two laps to go and across the line.
Justin's going to have a look on the outside here.
Quite close enough.
Seems like Justin's all of a sudden bought some pace.
Might have reached his fuel numbers and off he goes now.
He might have just hit those big numbers. That's what he was waiting for.
2 to go. Lap around, they go half a second between 2nd and 3rd. So the gap's still 2 seconds. Riches locks it up. And he'll give up 4th position.
Yeah, he's going to give up as well.
And so Hampstead gets through for 5th. Unlucky for Vale, but great save. He managed to hold on.
Now Mitchell's got himself a nice little gap for 3rd here.
Yeah, Vale back ahead of Hampstead again. Hampstead slowed right off really early into that bus stop chicane. He must almost be out of fuel. Couldn't defend that position at all, and he's might actually be in trouble to hold on for 6th here.
Mitchell's real pacey, and Stu looks like he's slowing up a bit. He's actually slowing up a fair bit.
So the last lap, McLaughlin leads with last lap 13.9. About a 13.5, so it's not quite enough, I don't think.
He's looking closer and closer though. Stu looks like he's really backed it off.
Hampstead's going to find himself swamped here, I think. Here comes Watmore. Hampstead can't defend his position at all. And Kelly's going to get him as well. That's unlucky for Hampstead, but McLaughlin picks up a fantastic race win. Back-to-back wins in the main race for Scott McLaughlin at Watkins Glen. Stuart Wood, fantastic drive by him to pick up 2nd position. McLeod will finish 3rd. It'll be Ruggier, Riches, Watmore. Hampstead just holds on. You can hear all the drivers in the background, they're all out of fuel. Kelly, then Guarini. Then it'll be Brad Ryan. John Emerson's hit the fence.
He's grabbing that car home.
Yeah, He's just made it home in 12th position. Mitch Abril in 13th, followed by Chipaway, Fountain, Chris Osborne managed to get ahead of Lewis Dottermead, Chad Chastain, Martin Turner. We got down Muggleton pushing each other across the line. Well, that was one different race, we can safely say.
Careful with those words. Yeah, it definitely was. It was very interesting. I'm sure there's probably going to be a few heated discussions afterwards. But yeah, it's still a great race to watch. Some fantastic battles all the way across the field and some very hairy moments.
Unfortunately, the graphics on screen aren't quite correct. McLaughlin picks up the win from Wood, then it's McLeod, Ruggier, Riches, Watmore, Hampstead, Kelly, Guarini, Brad Ryan, Craig Hunter. We go over the page to John Emerson, Mitch Abril, Curtis Chipaway, Scott Fountain, Chris Osborne, Chad Chastain, Lewis Dottermead, Martin Turner, Madison Down, and Josh Muggleton and Shane Van Gisbergen. Very interesting race there, mate.
Yeah, it actually brought on a lot more action than what I was expecting. I was kind of expecting it to go a little bit dull in the middle bit there. But we seem to have got action nearly every lap, so it was good to see. I was a little bit worried about the fuel conserving and what was going to go on and that they might just dry it out a bit. But they've done really well to bring some action to the screens.
Yeah, it was a fantastic race. I thought it was a little bit of a lull in the middle, but there is most races. So, but that was fantastic battle. Those first four guys that we had at the start there, that was great to watch. Now, been joined by fourth place finisher Justin Ruggier. Well done, mate.
How you going, guys? That was a frustrating race from my seat, I tell you.
Did you struggle for fuel near the end there, about 4 laps to go?
I was struggling. I was pretty much half throttle most of the race, to be quite honest. I was just struggling big time to save fuel, and it didn't matter what I did. I did bring the numbers back because the first couple of laps I was way out, but I did manage to bring the numbers back. But there's no way I could match Scotty's speed and Stu, that's for sure. But I could have had a crack at Mitch and Val at the end, but I conked out pretty much over the line.
So what are your thoughts on fuel saving races? Are you happy with them or not a big fan?
I am a big fan. I suppose you just got to adjust, and it brings a lot more good racing for everyone else. I mean, you know, it's good to see Stuart up there and some other different guys up the front, and it just goes to show, you know what I mean, if you save fuel and you're consistent every single lap, you can mix it against the best guys out there. But congratulations to Scott McLaughlin, Team ANZ and Stowe Australia for their support, and yeah, hopefully the next race will determine if we're going to fuel save or everyone has to stop.
Yeah, hopefully next week I don't think we'll have to worry about fuel saving, but we definitely will. Well, we'll definitely have a pit stop at Phillip Island, of course. Now, Mitch McLeod, another podium, mate. You're loving this new thing.
Yeah, I was surprised with that one. It sort of helps when everyone gets standing good in front of you, but going to take it anyway. I'll try to fuel save fairly early on so I can push at the end of the race, but yeah, probably waited a little bit too long to push to try and catch Stu at the end, but that was good fun.
You were actually thinking there at one point you might have had enough to actually catch him. Not quite enough in the end, obviously.
No, I was thinking I had plenty of fuel left, but yeah, coughed over the line, so it's still pretty close.
I've got a few other drivers about to come and join us as well, so now ready for next week, boys? Off to Infineon again?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this week. Just amazing, you know. You think you get used to the setup, and then you know another thing comes up where you got to do fuel save, and then it starts all over again. But definitely our team's gelling. We just got to keep banking the points and being up the pointy end, which we're doing. So yeah, look forward to next week. This track probably one of my least performing tracks, so I'm glad to get that out of the way.
I think a man that absolutely loves Watkins Glen and will forever, Stuart Wood. Well done, mate.
Yeah, that was quite a smudge.
Good to see you back out there, mate.
Yeah, well, first, I had a couple of little stints last season, but yeah, coming back this season and just got surprised with the crash out of turn 1 there, and I think I was just lucky to pick the right way to go. I think Justin was a bit hesitant, and I just yeah, managed to pick the line and this, and yeah, got through.
Did you go, oh, holy hell, what's happened here when you were catching up to him? You didn't know what to do?
I just saw smoke everywhere, and then they just kept banging into each other. I don't know what was going on there, and you know, we thought, I think both me and Justin thought they were going to go outside, then they came inside again to the corner, and then we went around the outside and got through.
I don't think they knew what they were doing, actually. Speaking to two of those men involved, Madison and Richard, what actually happened?
I don't know, I drove into chaos.
It looked like chaos.
Pretty
It was
much.
good to watch.
Oh, I just thought I'll follow where I think I should go, and that turned out to be the wrong way. And if I come to think of it, if I had gone left, I would have got hit by Scott anyway. He was behind me, so either way, I was a little bit doomed on that one. And yeah, made for a bit of an exciting moment up through the S's with everyone basically stopped with crashed cars. That could have been a lot worse.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I think it was a 12 or 13 car pack trying to get through the S's, half at full speed and half at no speed. It was a little bit scary.
Yeah, everyone was pretty well behaved there and backed off. I was expecting like a 15-car accident, but it never really eventuated that way.
Yeah, I was putting food into it as long as I could.
Like Days of Thunder.
Yeah.
And Mago race to forget, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Contact at turn 1, and I had 90-degree bent steering after that, and tried to keep going. I was going to bin it big time or ruin someone else's race, so I just pitted and then had a bit of a drift comp Madison at the end there, which was fun. So,
Have you noticed you going the wrong way into the boot?
yeah.
That looked interesting.
My apologies
no,
there.
No, before that.
If you go back to the last 2 laps, we tandem drifted the carousel. It was quite good. But yeah,
Yes.
whatever.
Sorry about turn 1, Muggo. I was in between you and Mitch. Mitch gave me a love tap and I went straight into you, so I apologise about that.
Oh, it's alright, mate. It happens.
Yeah, I seen you coming over. Yeah, I seen you coming over, Justin. But yeah, I was on the ripple strip, so I couldn't turn any harder than I was. So I guess it was just one of those things.
A Maldonado special.
Yeah.
That's alright, just kidding.
So everyone all looking forward to next week, I'm guessing?
Where are we?
We're off to Infineon again, finally.
Oh,
Back
sweet.
to Infineon.
Sounds good.
And that's a track I enjoy, and Daniel will be out there doing his second ever V8 race.
Yeah, might get 2, maybe.
Are we allowed to put 2 fuel tanks in our cars, or we have to stick with 1?
I thought you guys were already running the 2 fuel tanks. It's just you use so much, you're still running out, Justin.
I might if I can go to Toyota and get the fuel tank out of the Parados, the twin tanks. See how that goes next race.
I think we need a Prius, don't we?
Yeah, it might do too.
I'll lend you my tank. Tends to be right.
How did you go for the end, Stuart, at the end? Did you have things left?
I started after turn 1, after across the finish line.
Okay. You had some good pace, well done.
Yeah, it was good fun. I thought you guys were going to catch me at the end.
I was
back,
pushing
mate.
pretty hard.
Welcome back, Stu. It's good to have you, buddy.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Yeah, it is good to have you back. We might leave it there. Thanks heaps, guys. Thanks, Mitch. Thanks, Muggo. Thanks, Justin. Thanks, Mad. Thanks, Richard. And thanks once again, Stu. And well done, mate.
Look guys.
Thanks, Daniel, once again for joining me.
Thanks for putting this on again for everyone, Jay.
No worries, normality will be restored next week. We will have Sandman back to help us out, so that should be great. Been watching round 2 of the V8 Supercar official online series presented by Big Pond Sport, Extreme Sim Gear and Direct Clutch Services. Your winner of round 2, Scott McLaughlin.